What are top foods you should consider when dealing with an IBD flare? What's up? My name is Dane Johnson. I'm the CEO of Crohn's Colitis Lifestyle, and today we're going to be talking about what foods you should eat when your gut's irritated, when you're flaring. This is different for all of us, but hopefully this will give you a general idea of where you can start considering how to eat. And I'm going to talk about what connects all these, what principles we can learn that commonly come with these foods. So if you want more of this content, please like, please subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. Let's dive in and talk about the top 6 foods we could consider when our gut is irritated or flaring. Number 1 is considering bone broth. We've heard about bone broth, how it has healing properties, high in collagen, high in glucosamine, high in amino acids that help support the healing of the connective tissue in the gut. This is a fan favorite for most of us to use a bone broth that can help nourish us. It's warm, hot, it's tasty, high in salt and electrolytes. The problem with bone broth, though, you have to be careful of, is if you have a histamine intolerance, that could be an issue for you. Because some of us are going, Dane, I've heard so much about bone broth. I get more diarrhea, more urgency. I can't handle it. So that's one of the most important things when you understand food philosophy, we call it, is that you have to understand your underlying root issue. So if you're getting a response with bone broth, a negative response, you may be dealing with a histamine issue. But most of us are going to do really well. I like a chicken bone broth to be the best. The second little benefit, if you want to try bone broth, if you're really under attack and your body is really hurting, try first putting it in the fridge, and then as it cools, remove the fat. Okay, a lot of us have fat malabsorption issues. So when you're using bone broth, you can put it in the fridge, it starts to freeze, remove the fat, then heat it up. It'll probably be a lot more tolerable, especially if you're under extreme types of a flare or reaction. Second, I'm going to love is a pureed applesauce. This is something that some of our younger people with IBD might really do well with. It has that natural carbohydrate. This is a monosaccharide. What that means is it's a simple sugar, and simple sugars are a lot easier to break down. This is why we usually don't do well with breads, pastas, and grains and beans, is they're polysaccharide. Multiple forms a complex carbohydrate. This is a simple carbohydrate. So very easy to absorb, tastes great. If we are picky with food, a little easier to get. It's not going to give you the biggest healing response. It's not going to do everything you need. But if your gut's really hurting, this could help give you a little bit of warmness, a little bit of gut calming, and help you feel a little emotionally better getting in some of those carbohydrates and sugars that are not causing any irritation. Next is butternut squash soup. Now, I love the butternut squash soup. You have to be careful of this if you have a fermentation problem, because this can be high FODMAP. Okay, fermentation, okay, the low FODMAP diet is a famous diet we learned with IBD. But what's great about this is it's tasty. It's something you might have at a restaurant. It's a great way to get more vegetables, more vitamins, more minerals, to be able to start helping your body handle a little bit of fiber or plant food if you want to get that up. Especially if you're scared of salads, you're scared of vegetables. Oh man, this is great when you're not feeling so good. So you can puree many different vegetables and make this your own. But an example may be a little bit of onion. Watch out for that FODMAP. A little bit of chicken broth, a little bit of coconut cream to make it tasty, a little heavier, a little thicker. You could even add a little bit of apple to give it that sweetness. And as I started healing, I still use this to this day. I love it. I put a little organic sprouted pumpkin seeds. That's for later. But these type of vegetable soups that are pureed and broken down can be really tasty, really creamy, warm, hot, delicious to eat. And next is going to be congee. Now, congee is famous in more Eastern medicine to be used when people are sick. This is basically pureed white rice. It's like a white rice puree, right? Now, white rice, we're saying, Dane, well, I've heard white rice increases your glucose. It's got no natural vitamins and minerals. All that can be good, but it's also extremely easy on the gut. So when I have this white rice, reduce the arsenic, properly cleaned, all organic, and then pressure cooked and broken down, this gives me a hot, warm, high-calorie meal that's super easy on the gut. It has no lectins, it has no oxalates, it has no gluten, it has no A1 dairy, it has no seed oils, and it's warm, hot, it's very carby, it's heavy in calories. And if I'm doing really well, I could even break down a little bit of chicken in here. I could get a little bit of shredded chicken if you can handle mixing some of those meats and grains, right? So this is a great way. I've seen so many clients be able to keep some weight on them, feel nourished, feel like they ate enough when they feel like nothing could work. Now, you got to be careful again of amount of carbohydrates that can turn into a sugar response in your body. Do you have pre-diabetic issues? Do you have severe SIBO, where your body can even handle this? But a lot of us, I find, do really well with this, okay? Next is a healing shake. Now, elemental means, we're taking all the macros that are needed to gain weight, build muscle, heal the body, and we're pureeing it into a bioavailable form. So healing shake, a lot of us have seen some value with this, considering putting banana or putting in blueberry or putting in strawberry. Okay, now what I love about this is a vehicle for all those things that you might not be able to get your young person to take, or you yourself kind of feel like, I can't handle that palate-wise. I can add in glutamine. I could add in different protein that doesn't taste as good. It doesn't have the sweetened chocolate. I could add in an herb like marshmallow or slippery elm. I could add a little bit of turmeric. I can mask a lot of different herbs or healing supplements in a shake, okay? I can get rid of the cleanup of cooking. I can make this very quickly with a Vitamix or something like that, a stainless steel blender. I can add in bioavailable vitamins and nutrients and adrenal support, ashwagandha, rhodiola. I can throw it all in here. I can make it quick and I can do it every day. I can also get these things upward to 1,000 calories when my body is ready. So a healing shake is customized, it's quick, it's easy, you can make it your own, and it's something that we love to use in the Shield program. Now, real quick, as we're going through this, if you're someone who needs help, you need a customized plan, I am going to give you a free 1-hour IBD strategy session below. Right below this video, you'll see a link. You can click on that, book your free IBD session. We're gonna ask you a few questions to make sure this is a potential fit, and we're gonna deep dive in your case and talk about some of this stuff and talk about how to customize you an answer. No hassle, no gimmicks, no tricks. Book it. It's going to help change our lives. Last one is sweet potato. Now this is more of a complex carb, okay? So this is more of a heavier carb that could help you. And there's many other things we could eat besides this, but I want to give you an array of ideas that you can work off of. So a steamed sweet potato, I like purple potato is my favorite, high in anthocyanins. These types of potatoes can help with the getting enough, again, carbs, getting enough calories, helping your body get a little bit of fiber and see if you can handle it. We can mush this up. We can put a little cinnamon in it, which also can help calm down the gut a bit. It also can help as an antimicrobial in a certain way. This can get our calories up. It can give us a little extra something. If we're doing really well with this, pressure cooked, broken down sweet potato with no skin, don't eat that skin in the beginning, then we could even grow that into sweet potato homemade fries with salt. Okay? And so if you want to start adding in more dense carbohydrates and heavier starches, this is going to be one I would consider if you need that or want that and your gut is irritated. So lastly, guys, what connects all of these products together? Well, this is some things we teach you in food philosophy. Look at this, is everything we mentioned here is something that you could give to a 10-month-old baby. This is all extremely bioavailable. This is all tender and easy on the gut. These things are naturally homemade. We're not buying them out in a store. We're breaking them down to be squishy, right? We don't have any seeds or skins. We're pressure cooking. We're making sure it's easy, squishy, and juicy and delicious. So that's going to be very important when you're looking to eat when your gut is irritated. Follow these principles, build food philosophy, take these ideas and make it your own. Happy healing.